bench press is an absolute classic gym movement. It's one of the go-to exercises for most gym bros, and it's overall a great way to build up your chest in the gym. However, there are many different variations of this classic exercise, and which one's the best? Well, that's what we're going to cover today. G'day everyone, and welcome back to Powersthetics Fitness, helping you build your body to both look and perform at its best. In today's video, we're going to be looking over all the major bench press variations and determining which ones are best for your goals. The variations we will cover in this video are the flat bench, the incline bench, the decline bench, the close grip press, the reverse press, and the floor press. Starting off with the classic flat bench variation, this is a great way for building overall pec size and is a go-to for powerlifters as one of the big three exercises that they compete with. It is likely the exercise you'll be able to hit the most amount of weight with and therefore is great for strength-based athletes. My only real drawback is that it doesn't put as much emphasis on the upper chest as other variations and therefore will be slightly lower on my list. The next variation we're going to be covering is the incline press. This is a favorite of mine as it puts a slightly higher emphasis on the upper chest while still hitting the chest in its entirety and is great for aesthetics, as well as the fact it puts a higher emphasis on the front delt, meaning it's very good for strength and power in strength-based athletes. Next up is the decline press. This shares a few similarities with the dips, as it will be a high emphasis on both the triceps and the lower chest. This is probably one of my lesser favorite variations of the press, since the flat bench press hits the chest in almost the exact same way, however you can put more weight on it and therefore load it more and get more results. Next up is the close grip press. This places more emphasis on the triceps and is a great accessory movement for building up strength in the bench press. This is also a great triceps hypertrophy exercise, as almost no other lift except for maybe the dips will put as much weight on the triceps. Next up, we have the reverse grip press. This variation of the exercise will put a higher emphasis on the upper chest despite being on a flat bench. It is a great alternative if you only have access to a flat bench press if you want to hit your upper chest, however I do think the incline press is still a little bit better than it. This is also a great exercise since it exteriorly rotates your shoulders and is a great alternative for people who may have shoulder pains when bench pressing. Finally, we have the floor press. This is a great accessory movement for powerlifters in bench press since it's a great way to learn the lockout portion of the bench press. It also places a higher emphasis on the triceps, however is not as good for the chest since you are limited by the floor. Each of these exercises serve different purposes, but if I had to rank them, in last place I'd have to go with the decline press simply because I do not think it is as good as the flat bench press, as you can't load it as much and hits the muscles almost the exact same way. Coming in tied at 4th and 5th place is the close grip press and the floor press. They both hit the triceps more than chest, however if hypertrophy is your goal, I would go with the close grip press, and if strength is your goal, I would go with the floor press. Coming in at 3rd place is the underrated reverse grip press. As I said before, if you only have access to a flat bench, this is a great way to hit your upper chest. However, I just simply think that if you have access to a full gym or an incline machine, I definitely think the incline press is a better alternative. Coming in at 2nd place is going to be the flat bench. Great strength movement, great way to load your chest, overall just a great exercise. However, a little bit limited by the fact that it doesn't hit the upper chest as much. Coming in at number 1 though is going to be the incline press. As I said before, great way to hit the entire chest, especially if you're at a 20-degree angle. It's a great way to emphasize the upper chest, and is overall just great for strength, hypertrophy, and power. That being said, these are all amazing exercises. I recommend you try them all out, and make sure you decide whichever one you like the most or whichever one suits your goals. And there we have it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to drop a like. If you've got any questions regarding anything you saw in this video, be sure to comment down below and I'll get back to as soon as possible. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want your own program where I break everything down for you, be sure to check them out in the website, link in the description down below.